Hi Cancer, here is a general look at your solar chart for September 2013. The Sun is in Virgo until the 23rd, which is an earth sign, so that chimes very well with water signs, and you're a water sign. As the month begins, well actually at the end of August and the very beginning of September, we've got some Neptune and some Saturn around there. Saturn's on Mars, so that might mean you've just got to push a little bit harder to get things done because you feel there's a little bit more on your shoulders, or it could be that your vitality just takes a bit of a dip. It's fleeting, whatever is happening, but you need to push through with care and attention and sensitivity, and just have faith really, because this Neptune fogginess can obfuscate, now there's a word, obscure material issues, and there can be ambiguities around, swirling around you, coming to you from others or in your own kind of mind, and then you're getting stressed because you're just deluding yourself about something. But like I say, it's just in the beginning there, and even by the end of the first week this is kind of normalized. Mercury for most of the month until the 28th is at the root of your chart. It looks like there could be toing and froing, coming and going, to do with family, to do with where you're located, and a busy feeling there, and you will be maybe thinking about the past, maybe thinking about maybe thinking a little bit more emotionally, really. That's what I'm probably trying to say. And then because of the transits going on there, things tend to still remain a little bit unfocused and unclear, mostly because of Neptune's effect on Venus. Venus, as the month kicks off, is actually a very useful sort of place. It's in the area of money, property, and so you can just be appreciating what money can bring for you, or property, possessions, or indeed money can be coming to you, or at least things, you can get yourself a good deal, or you look at the situation and you think, oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It can be a little bit like that, but it's a good time to get yourself a bargain, or maybe something bigger, apply for funding, or like I say, maybe it's something bigger, but obviously don't take a wild risk, because only looking at your natal chart can figure that one out. But in general, Venus does tend to ease things materially, helps you to appreciate the material side of life, the physicality of life, and also somebody else with you could be pooling a resource with you as well, and it can help with security matters, material security. So somebody teaming up to help you to feel more materially secure, but like I say, it can be actual coins coming in your direction, or it can just be goodies in the pipeline. But again, two heads are better than one with material matters. Okay, and anything to do with stuff, moving it and protecting it or guarding it, that might be the issue, whatever your issue is. If you've got an issue at all. And then from the 6th, Venus comes into a very sociable sector. It's a great time for making contacts. It's a great time to, you find yourself being more fluent, more articulate, others appreciating what you have to say, write, show through a medium of expression. And you come across, you encounter others that you find what they have to say or show or speak out in whatever medium again, is appealing, is attractive, or environment, you know, you're getting out and about more, that's appealing and attractive. It's more likely with Venus here, and it's more likely that you get this the feeling of support coming from siblings or soul brothers and sisters, you know, those that you really resonate with. And it is a good time, because of this articulate feel with Venus here, to settle a feud, to get this, you know, to negotiate a deal. It's a good time. But there could be some jitters around in the second week, because of Venus going over Pluto and Uranus. And so even though things might be feeling feelings start to rise there, you should try and keep an open mind on something, and don't feel boxed in. Don't feel that somebody's opinion, you need to take their opinion on board and not do it your own way. Always stick up for your own way of doing something, or feeling your feeling about something. It might be working like that, it might not. It might be you just obsessing about an idea. And again, just push that out and get yourself some space, because, you know, life's too short. And this will be the Pluto thing going on, and you should be, yes, thinking more sensitively and deeply about something, but just giving the space there for somebody. You know, we all have a team behind us that's helping us in the invisible realms all the time, but most of the time there's so much static on our line that we can't hear through the crackle, or rather feel, in a way, just the gentle advice or way they're advising us to go. They can't ever interfere, though. That's the thing. And it does take a lot of energy for them to project through to us as well. So if there's a lot of static on the line, because we're getting too worked up, too over the top, too passionate, too convinced, or wanting to convince, or indeed having it coming at us from others, then and then feeling emotional about something as well. So it's more likely that in the second half of the month you're going to get things in perspective, in proportion, things in a more balanced kind of a way. Try not to make a major decision in the first half of the month, or a major move, or, you know, if you possibly can. There can be yes, there can be crossed. You know, you can cross swords with co-workers or service providers, and that would be because of the position of Mars, but that's not happening until after the middle of the month. So up until the 14th, Mars is in an area to do with children, young people, animals, pets, pursuits which are maybe not the day job, but or they might be the day job, but you're just getting a lot out of that thing that you can do, that you find you can do even better than you thought, you know. And it's something that you dip your toe into, or it's something ongoing. It can be through a relationship. It might be something which is getting your competitive juices flowing. So that might be a business type relationship, or it might be in your personal life, or like a romantic relationship, or with a romantic sort of partner. But like I say, it's to do with children for some of you more than on the romantic side. But for some of you, you know, it's to do with both. And it's to do with this feeling of competitiveness, this feeling of, okay, you know, I really love doing this thing. Let's just take it up to another level. Let's push ourselves a bit more. Or I really love the potential of this idea, or this project, or this speculative interest. Let's just push it up to, you know, Mars is pushy. So let's push it a bit further here. But don't, you know, bet in a reckless way on something that you can't afford, when you can't afford to lose, because I mean that would not be smart. And you need to get active anyway with projects. Mars likes action, so you need to get active with projects, and you do feel rewarded and empowered by these, because they should be coming, you know, they should be touching the core creative self in you, right? And they shouldn't necessarily be others' ideas telling you what to do. They should be what you're doing. So it's great for the entrepreneurs and the creatives, because suddenly creative has become a noun. So the creatives among you. And you may be more in the mood to invest time and resources on an outside chance. But also because it's to do with children, you might find that you're just working extra hard because of young people, or because of animals, pets, or because of others who don't have the skills, the knowledge, the maturity, the privilege, the ability that you have. Right, so you're working harder because of them. And from the 23rd, the sun moves, and the focus will probably be more in and around the base of operations there, your favorite place, you know, your nest. You're putting your wings out around the family or the community or the extended family. And in some respects, your gaze will tend to be more inward. This month, the sun is in quite a sociable area, but then it turns more inwards, and also Mercury is mostly in an inward introspective area where you can be just that little bit more touchy-feely, you know, and a little bit emotional in your thinking at times. And then mention of Saturn. Saturn is in the same area as Mars, but Saturn's in a very positive angle to your sun sign. This Saturn position has been going on now for over 2 years, or about 2 years, and has got until the rest of the year to run. So yes, just over 2 years, and this is an area where you have to plug away, facing the challenges and the obstacles and the hurdles of a creative project, of a speculative project, of an artistic activity, but also to do with young people, pets, animals. It's just slowly plugging away, being persevering, putting things in place, taking the long view, and putting the necessary. It's a building energy, Saturn. So putting the planks in, you know, putting the foundations in, getting the things solid for the future, and this will be, you know, you working in a more creative way, but in a disciplined way, in a patient way, and for things to come together, for things to blossom. And it may also mean that because of one or more of the examples I've just given, you will feel held back. You'll feel that there's a lack there. You'll feel limited. You'll feel frustrated because you'll feel that some force is trying to keep you from achieving this. So that's why the Saturn transits often take time. You know, there's always a spanner getting thrown in the works, and it is to test us. This always with Saturn, we feel tested, and we feel a bit pushed to our limits. But Saturn rules limits. Saturn rules weight, challenge. Saturn is there to get us to become stronger where we were weaker before, because we've not backed down from the challenges, you see. And you Cancerians born in the middle 10 days, or with 17 to 22 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most. And then Jupiter is in your area of the piggy banks, just gone there. It's come out of your sign and gone into your area of the piggy bank. This is lucrative potentially for you, and it'll be there until next August. So you've got time to work it to your advantage. It's can be good news to do with property and possessions. And of course finances, but you have to, as always with all of the transits, use them as wisely as you can. Jupiter is about learning through doing. So yeah, maybe you make a mistake, but the transit is long enough for you to learn from that mistake, because Jupiter wants us to learn. Also, Jupiter isn't really commercially minded, I have to say. So if you're doing something just for the sheer money, then the Jupiter energy isn't going to deliver as well as if you're doing something which is materialistic. Yes, has an eye to the material gain here, but also you're doing it because it's really coming from your heart. It's coming from your genuine knowledge and experience, or your genuine gathering of more knowledge and experience, you see. So Jupiter here will help you decide what is of highest priority to you at this stage in your life's journey, and will help you to think positively about basic stuff, resources, roof over the head, food on the table, but also other things in your life, and what value you put on them now. And also, during this transit, if you do start to value yourself more and what you have to contribute during this lifespan, what your interests are, what your leanings are, what your talents are, what your skills and gifts are, and you start really taking those seriously with Jupiter here, then Jupiter abundance will really get delivered like Santa Claus and his sack of presents, in a way which is extremely rewarding for you over this quite long transit. And you Cancerians born in the middle 10 days, or with 9 to 16 degrees rising, well, it's right at the end of the first 10 days, but 9 to 16 degrees rising are to feel this energy the most this month. And that's it. If you know your moon sign, which you should do as a Cancerian, it's a very important energy for you, or your rising sign, then listen to the forecast for those and sort of knit them together in a way that makes sense to you. And I'll see you the next time.